Hey, welcome back to Dark Whispers. I'm here to guide you through the shadows of tonight's episode. And behind me lies the palace of King Scheherazade, a place of danger, intrigue, and 1,001 tales yet to be told. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss a single night of mystery from 1001 Nights. Last time, we entered the palace of King Scheherazade, a king betrayed by his queen, turned into a man of cruelty who married a new bride each night only to take her life at dawn. But then came Scheherazade, a woman unlike any other, wise, clever, brave. On her wedding night, she began weaving a story, and just as the sun rose, she left it unfinished. The king, burning with curiosity, spared her life for one more day, and so began 1,001 nights of stories. And tonight, we dive into her very first tale, The Merchant and the Genie. Long ago, in a land where deserts stretched farther than the eye could see, there lived a merchant, rich and respected. His caravans carried silks, spices, gold, and perfumes across distant lands. His wealth was legendary, his generosity unmatched. A people from far and wide sought him out, not just for his precious wares, but also for his wisdom and kindness. Softer tone, slow. For example, there was the young man from Baghdad, eager to marry and start a family, but unsure how to choose a good wife. So he went to the merchant, hoping for advice. The merchant listened patiently, and when the young man finished, he smiled. "My son, I know of a perfect match for you." Confused, the young man asked, "Who can this mysterious maiden be? Surely not from noble birth, or I would have heard her name." The merchant winked. "Ah, you seek a jewel hidden in plain sight? Follow me." They strolled together through the bustling marketplace until they reached a simple weaver at his loom. The merchant gestured toward the weaver's daughter, who sat patiently nearby, watching her father work. The young man was captivated. She was indeed a hidden gem, modest, intelligent, and hardworking. The merchant continued, "I have spoken with her father. If you wish to marry her, I shall gift you the finest dowry. Her dowry is your choice." Overjoyed, the young man fell to his knees before the merchant, thanking him profusely. And so the wedding was arranged. The young man and the weaver's daughter exchanged vows and began their life together. Voiceover fades, and as the years passed, their union proved a happy one. The merchant had been right. A simple girl with a good heart had become a wonderful wife and mother. And his wisdom wasn't limited to matters of love. Travelers who came to the merchant seeking advice returned home with new perspectives and plans for the future. The merchant had a way of making people feel seen, understood, and capable of achieving anything. But one day, something unusual happened. The merchant decided to embark on a journey himself, traveling to distant lands in search of exotic goods. This was unlike him, as he had always preferred the comforts of home. And after a long absence, he finally returned, bringing with him treasures beyond imagination. Among them were cages containing strange birds whose feathers shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow. Then one evening, while the merchant was sharing stories of his travels with friends, one of them, overcome with curiosity, asked, "How did you manage to catch these elusive birds? Surely they must be spirits that delight in freedom." The merchant chuckled. Indeed, capturing them was no easy feat. They are, in fact, elemental beings known as ifrits, bound to the earth and air. Yet I managed to trick them, luring them into these cages with enchanting melodies. His companions gasped, amazed by his daring adventure. But one couldn't help but wonder about the merchant's change of heart. Why had he abandoned his comfortable life to seek danger and excitement? As if sensing their thoughts, the merchant smiled knowingly. "You may wonder why I ventured so far from my peaceful life, and I shall tell you. It was to escape the very thing that troubles us all, the endless cycle of existence, the relentless march of time. I sought a way to halt its passage, if only for a moment, to preserve the beauty of life as it is, without the decay and weariness that comes with age." His friends pondered his words deeply, recognizing the universal desire to hold back the tide of time. And so the merchant continued, sharing tales of faraway lands where mountains touched the clouds and rivers flowed with milk and honey. He described wondrous creatures, some benevolent, others mischievous, and the ancient secrets whispered on the winds of change. But as the night wore on, a shadow seemed to fall over the merchant's eyes, a haunting sadness that belied his adventurous tales. His friends noticed this somber shift and pressed him gently to share his thoughts. With a heavy sigh, the merchant looked up, his gaze distant. "You see, my friends, my journey has taken me to places beyond your wildest dreams. I have witnessed wonders that beggar belief. But among these marvels, I have encountered beings who possess the power to manipulate time itself. Genies, spirits of immense power that dwell within the earth, the water, the fire, and the air. These creatures are eternal, forever young, untouched by the ravages of time. They exist outside the natural order, unaffected by the relentless march of years. Some are mischievous and playful, delighting in the chaos they can unleash. Others are malevolent and cruel, taking pleasure in causing pain and suffering. Yet, there are also genies of great wisdom and power, beings of immense knowledge and strength who stand as guardians of the universe. They have existed since the dawn of time and possess secrets that mere mortals cannot comprehend. During my travels, I encountered a powerful genie, one who commanded the very essence of time. He offered me a choice, a chance to stop the flow of time altogether and remain forever in the present moment, free from the pain and suffering that afflict humankind. In that instant, I hesitated. I considered the possibility of a world without change, a world where joy and sorrow, life and death, growth and decay, all cease to exist. It was a tempting offer, a respite from the burdens of existence. But then I thought of you, my friends, and of all those who had come to me for wisdom and solace. How could I abandon them to a world frozen in eternal stasis? For in stillness, there is stagnation, and without change, there can be no renewal, no hope for a better tomorrow. I realized that time, with all its imperfections, is the very essence of our existence. To stop time is to extinguish the flame of life itself. And so I refused the genie's offer, choosing instead to embrace the natural order of things. For in the ebb and flow of time, we find the rhythm of life, the balance of joy and sorrow, love and loss, triumph and despair. It is in this delicate dance of existence that we discover the true meaning of being alive. To deny time's passage is to deny the very nature of our being. To turn away from the light of day is to embrace the darkness. I chose to remain in the light, to walk the path of change and face whatever challenges may come. For in doing so, I affirm the sanctity of life itself, the precious gift that allows us to grow, to love, to dream, and to hope. And so, my friends, I return to you not with the power to stop time, but with a renewed appreciation for its beauty and fragility. Let us cherish each passing moment, for it is in the tapestry of time that we find the richness and complexity of life. Let us embrace change, not resist it, for it is the sculptor of our destiny, shaping us into the best versions of ourselves. And let us never forget the precious gift of time, for it is the currency of our existence, it's the measure of our lives, and the foundation of our shared humanity. So let us raise our voices in celebration of time, in acknowledgement of its power and its grace. Let us sing the praises of change, for it is the engine of progress, the catalyst for growth, and the source of our resilience. And let us walk forward together, hand in hand, embracing the journey of life with all its twists and turns. Knowing that in the tapestry of time, our stories are woven together in a grand design. His friends sat in stunned silence, contemplating the profound words of the merchant. They had known him as a wise and compassionate man, but hearing him speak of his encounter with the genie had opened their eyes to a new level of understanding. The merchant continued, his voice filled with a newfound wisdom. The truth is, my friends, We are all genies, in a sense. We have the power to shape our own destinies, to bend time and circumstance to our will. It is up to us to choose how we respond to the challenges and opportunities that come our way. For every moment is a choice, every decision a step on the path that leads to our ultimate fate. We have the ability to create our own stories, to write our names in the annals of time. But with this freedom comes a great responsibility, the responsibility to act with integrity, compassion, and courage. We must strive to be the best versions of ourselves, to leave a positive impact on the world around us. For our actions, no matter how small, can ripple outward, touching the lives of countless others and shaping the course of history. Let us not waste our gifts, but use them wisely and with purpose. Let us be the genies of change, bringing light into darkness, hope into despair, and love into hate. Remember, my friends, the power to shape our destinies lies within each and every one of us. All we need is the courage to embrace our gifts, the wisdom to use them wisely, and the compassion to serve as beacons of light in an ever-changing world. For in the end, it is not the length of our lives, but the depth of our character, the breadth of our love, and the legacy of our actions that truly matter. Let us seize this moment, this very instant, and make it our own. Let us defy the limitations of time and circumstance and create a future that reflects our deepest aspirations and values. For the world is ours to shape, and the power to change our destinies lies dormant within each and every one of us. All we need is the courage to awaken it. His friends listened intently, their faces illuminated by the flickering candlelight as the merchant shared his extraordinary tale. The concept of genies, of elemental beings that could manipulate the very fabric of time, filled them with awe and wonder. They had known the merchant as a successful trader, a pillar of the community. But this new facet of his character, his journey into the realm of the unseen, and his confrontation with the genie of time, left them both fascinated and humbled. The merchant concluded his story, his voice echoing with the weight of his experience. I chose to decline the genie's offer, not just for myself, but for all of you, my friends, and for everyone else who seeks wisdom and guidance. To have halted time would have disrupted the natural order of existence, bringing stagnation and despair in its wake. Besides, my friends, what joy would there be in life without the passage of time? Without the changing seasons, the growth and decay, the triumphs and challenges. Time is the very essence of our being. It is what gives life its meaning, its beauty, and its continuity. To stop time is to stop life itself, to freeze the river of existence and plunge the world into eternal stillness. It is to abandon hope for a better tomorrow, for progress, for growth, and for renewal. No, my friends, I would rather embrace the flow of time, all its ups and downs, its joys and sorrows, than to try and conquer it. For in the end, it is our choices, our actions, and our relationships that give life its true value, And these things transcend the mere measurement of time. So let us not fear the passage of time, but celebrate it. Let us cherish the present moment, for it is all we truly have. Let us invest our time wisely, pursuing our goals, nurturing our relationships, and making a positive impact on the world around us. For time is a precious gift, and it is up to us. Narrator lowers voice, mysterious. But what was his tale? And how could these strange stories possibly save a man from death? Stay tuned for part 3 of 1001 Nights, the first old man story. And remember, subscribe to Dark Whispers. For every night holds another whisper in the dark. That, my friends, is a story for the next night.